How's my favorite charmer? He's here. And now we look at the penguin. Ha ha ha. Hee hee. Friend, you know I'm not sick, so that was you, wasn't it?
Yeah, no.
No?
No.
Okay. Is that you?
Nobody thinks it is me.
Yo, what is up? You are looking at the Tiger 2. The Tiger 2 has been buffed. If you are here for the first time, consider subscribing and giving this video a like. Also remember to leave a comment in the comment section below. Let More Gaming know what you think of the Tiger after you've done watching this video. We are in Pilsen and the Tiger 2 with equipment 2.0. I am running the hardener, tank hardener, a vertical stabilizer and a rammer. Now I'm gonna change this setup a bit later on, but I wanted to show you this is my first game in the Tiger 2 since it's been upgraded, and these are the stats that's going on. Everything is basically more or less the same. The dispersion, you know, German tanks have 0.30 dispersion. It is amazing gun handling, but in my current tank, which I am running food in, as soon as you put food into your Tiger tank, dispersion becomes 0.28. It is insane. This tank is so incredibly accurate, and that is one of the reasons why later on in the game I actually removed the vertical stabilizer. But here we are in Pilsen, me trying to make my move. Remember, like I said, this is my first game in the Tiger 2 ever since it was buffed. The last time I played this game was probably more than 5 years ago. I'll be honest with you, when I started playing World of Tanks in 2012, this was the main reason why I played the game. I wanted to get the Tiger 1, I wanted to get the Tiger 2, and when I got the Tiger 1 and got the Tiger 2, they were both very disappointing. I ended up stop playing the Tiger 1 and Tiger 2. In fact, I sold the Tiger 1. I still don't have the Tiger 1 as a replacement, but I do have the Tiger 2. I've kept it with no crew or whatever, but in this account I don't need to have a crew because it already has one. You can see me doing 700 damage already, a little bit of blocking perhaps, but I wanted to show you how I am enjoying this tank, even though this was only my first game in the tank, and not playing it for more than 5 years, or maybe even more than 5 years. I haven't played this tank definitely more than 5 years, but could have been more. But I wanted to show you how I enjoyed playing this tank, even though this was my first game. Now the reason why I'm not hyper aggressive is because I've not played this tank in a long time, so I wasn't sure if I should be aggressive or shouldn't be aggressive. Also, I am firing full APCR premium shells. I think they give me a lot of penetration, but standard shells give me 225 penetration. Premium shells I'm not too sure, but I wanted to, you know, be in a try hard mode, try to give you the best performance as possible. Normally, if I'm playing in an all tier 8 matchup, I don't normally fire premium shells. I fire standard shells, and I fire the premium shells when I have to fight against other super heavy tanks that I can't penetrate. That would be the only reason. But I'm doing it right now because I just wanted to try hard and see how well I could play this tank. Now, as you can see, the only 3 things that actually have changed in the Tiger 2 is the hull armor from 150 frontally to 160. The turret armor has got an impressive boost though. From 185, it's got a 245mm frontal armor now on the turret, and the side armor from 80, it's buffed to 120. That is pretty amazing. 360 damage. They buffed the damage output from the old gun 320 damage. I think they changed the gun or something like that, but now it does 360 damage and you reload under 10 seconds. Obviously, when you have the crew skills, when you have the rammers, when you have the food and all that, it goes down significantly more, maybe 8 seconds or whatever. But what I was trying to say to you is the Tiger 2 is no longer a lame duck. It is an alpha predator. It is a very competent, a very competitive tank. Now, look at that Renegade. Before, you wouldn't dare to push a Renegade this way, but I am pushing this guy with ease, no problem at all. Just being an alpha boss. Just like that, 3,439 damage and 360 blocked. Now that game is over because we actually lost that game. I don't know, somehow we managed to lose that game because I got spotted out from the guys that were hiding bush campers in the A1 position, which we will address shortly. This is the second game. We are in Paris and you saw me snapshot that guy, light him on fire. The LT-432 did not stand a chance. That is the advantage of a Tiger 2 when you're playing with German tanks. As soon as you put food into the equation, the 0.30 dispersion immediately becomes a 0.28 dispersion, and 0.28 dispersion is really, really good, especially when you are in a slow, heavy tank. 0.28 dispersion means you have the option of removing that vertical stabilizer that you can see in my middle slot right now. Second shot into the LT-432 and a second fire on this guy. This guy must have been really unlucky because I basically two-shotted the guy. First shot got him on fire, second shot got him on fire again. I took all his HP away, 1098 HP from that guy. So I'm just going to push on here. This was, I think, my second or third game. Basically, in very short succession, I played all these games to show you how good this tank actually has become. Now you see me actually side scraping. I don't really want to be super aggressive. Like I said, I wasn't very sure how this tank worked, but look at me pen a side scraping Tiger 2 through the tracks into his wheel. Now normally you would only do like tracking damage and not actual damage, but you see me track him and do damage, and he was down. I did take a little bit of damage from him, 377. Let me repair my track and move on and just be as aggressive as I can. Again, this is equipment 2.0. You see me using the hardening thing, whatever that is, the hardening thing, the vertical stabilizer and the rammer. After this game, I felt like I could do a little bit better. Instead of running this equipment, I wanted to try a different option, so I did. But in this game, I made a little bit of mistake here because I miscalculated where the Lorraine is. Now you can see the Lorraine is nowhere near here, but he actually relocated, and I made a mistake. When I pushed into this defender, I was confident that I could kill him, but I got surprised, flanked by a Lorraine on my right side. I can't do anything about it now. I'm already full send, so that was game over for me. 2.7 damage. We ended up winning this game. I still managed to finish top 2 or top 3, something like that. But basically, I could be aggressive as I wanted to. If that Lorraine didn't catch me out, I could have possibly do a lot more damage. But here's my third game for you. This is in Empire's Border. I have replaced the vertical stabilizer and put in optics instead. Why optics? Well, optics gives me the option of being able to see, have a little bit more vision, so that light tanks and tanks with amazing camouflage have a harder time dealing with me. Because I'm a super slow tank, I get taken advantage of easily in terms of vision. You know my motto on this game, right? Stealth, vision, mobility. In this tank we have no stealth, we have no mobility, but we can have a little bit of vision with optics. Now the reason why I put in optics is like I said, this tank has 0.30 dispersion. Out of the box, it is already a lot better than a Russian tank dispersion. So 0.30 dispersion, once you add chocolate into the food compartment, immediately you have 0.28 dispersion. And have you ever even heard of 0.28 dispersion? 0.28 dispersion is incredibly good for any kind of tank. So here I am being ultra aggressive again. And why am I being aggressive? I have a T28 that I can use as a bumper. I can use him as protection. I can shadow him. I can try to keep him alive while I use him as a shield. And if he's going forward, I'm going forward. That's just the deal. Let's boom. No problem. Again, I'm firing full premium shells here just to show you the full potential of this tank. Like I said, I don't condone firing full premium shells, especially when you are in same tier matchmaking, all tier 8 matchmaking here. If I want to challenge myself or be a little bit more fair, I would be using standard shells. Unless I'm trying to shoot this OI, of course, but really not necessary to fire APCR shells. I just wanted to see how far I could go, how well I could do if I was in try-hard mode. And as you can see, it's not difficult at all. 3 minutes have passed and I've already done 2,300 damage. What do you think about the new Tiger 2? Leave a comment in the comment section below. I think it is absolutely amazing. It is no longer a turd. It is no longer shite. It is very competitive. It might not be the best heavy tank in tier 8, but it is definitely not something you actively try to avoid when you're trying to grind up the German heavy line anymore. This is not a tank that you want to avoid anymore. It is a pleasure to play this tank. I am having fun. I don't feel like I am at a disadvantage. I don't feel like I am a complete turd. I feel like I'm a contributing member of society. I've done 3,400 damage. Unfortunately, my team here decided to cap, even though it was completely unnecessary. So that was the end of my damage here. Before I could pull the trigger, the game is already over. But 3,400 damage and 750 blocked. I don't need to show you all the results, but basically I use hardening, optics and rammer to make this tank really groovy. Thanks for watching. I will see you on the next video. Bye bye.